everybody. This is Dominic bringing you Breakthrough Sessions. If you are going to join live today, thank you. If you're going to rewatch this at some point in time, thank you. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. What I'm looking to do here is just make an impact in maybe one person's life. Somewhere here as we, make it through these challenging times, hopefully this can reboot somebody. Hopefully this can touch you in the right way. I'm going to navigate to today on something that hopefully can hit home. I will do my part to pour my passion and my energy into it. I was inspired by something that I heard today, and I want to share it. It was asked that it be shared. I think the message is pretty clear. I hope that I can come across very well. I'm going back again to a Bible. I don't know how many people this touches, and I don't know everybody's feelings or how you feel. But I know as long as I have walked the face of this earth, God has saved me many times. He's given me grace. He's given me the strength that I need and the power. So I just want to share some things that I come across myself, knowledge that's built within me from others. This won't touch everybody, I know, but I just want to be able to share something with you as you go through these times. I'll call this, we'll say that the topic for this discussion is how to stay in the fight. Because right now, due to all the things that we're going through, everyone's feeling like 2020 can't end fast enough. And what I want everybody to have is a different perspective, beyond the hurt, beyond the pain, beyond the failures, beyond the neglect, beyond the things that we haven't been able to do. There's light at the end of the tunnel. And T.D. Jakes, he's a very powerful man. And I got excited hearing basically a Wednesday sermon. He does a Bible study sermon, and it really touched me. I found myself standing in a gaze, and I wanted to do something with the word. I wanted to do something to give something back. Maybe somebody that doesn't listen, doesn't find themselves searching for positivity. And when you're scrolling through your feeds, you're trying to figure out what's going to help you get through your day. Well, I think T.D. Jakes inspired me today, my message. His was something similar as far as staying in the fight. Mine is how to stay in the fight. So let's dive in. And I will start here. He captures a moment of Elijah going up to Carmel Hill. And the presence of God is being witnessed and seen. And what happens is that the rain's starting to slowly fall. And then the clouds break apart and a flash of lightning hits and the rain starts pouring. And in that moment, what T.D. Jakes is suggesting is that these are the blessings. These are the favors. This is God shining down on our lives, giving us something to be thankful for, to be happy. And on that hill, that moment is special for Elijah. So I'm going to move into Kings 1, chapter 19, and I'm going to take you from verse 1 all the way to verse 8. I won't carry on further than that, but I'll hint a couple of things that are important in some leading passages as well to give you an idea on how we round circle this and close it off. I'll start here. And Ahab told Jezebel that Elijah had done, and with all how he had slain all the prophets with the sword. Then Jezebel sent a message unto Elijah, saying, So let the gods do to me and more also, if I make not thy life as thy life of one of them by tomorrow about this time. And when he saw that, he arose and went for his life and came to Beersheba, which belongeth to Judah, and left his servant there. But he himself went days' journey into the wilderness and came and sat down under a juniper tree and requested for himself that he might die, and said, it is enough. Now, O Jehovah, take away my life, for I am not better than my fathers. And he lay down and slept under a juniper tree. And behold, an angel touched him and said unto him, Arise and eat. And he looked, and behold, there was at his head a cake baken on the coals, and a cruse of water. And he did eat and drink, and laid him down again. And the angel of Jehovah came again the second time and touched him and said, Arise and eat, because the journey is too great for thee. And he arose and did eat and drink, and he went in the strength of that food 40 days and 40 nights into Horeb, the mount of God. And what happens in this moment, and we can relate to this. Elijah's fighting a battle. He's realizing that he's fighting a battle, that he can't hold it all together. He is in this moment right now, and what he's trying to do is just take on too much. You can relate to this in your life. We're taking on too much. We're being the yes man, the yes woman. We're helping everybody out. All the while, it's falling apart on the inside. And we don't tell anybody. We don't talk to people. We don't ask for help. But we're falling apart. But we keep saying yes. And when something goes wrong, when we're late to that party, when we're late to an invite, when we're asked to be here and we know we're busy, we just keep saying yes, 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 and we do, and we do, and we do, and we become overburdened. We become it becomes too much for us to handle. And I think in all of our lives, you can relate that you've taken on more than you can actually take on, but you keep saying yes. You keep saying, I'll get that for you. You keep saying, how can I help? And that is what happened to Elijah. He is tired, and he has gotten to a point to where it hits him. And all he can do is think, what else do I have left? But he is reminded that he needs to do two things. Two things he's reminded if he wants to recuperate, if you want to recharge, if you want to refuel, if you want to get yourself prepared and ready to actually really truly help people. He understands that he needs to do two things. And this angel makes it clear: sleep and eat. And he sleeps and he eats. He wakes up and there is bread amongst him. And he can sense that all of this looks good. This is good. I have fuel. I can do this. But then you can see he goes to sleep again. He falls into sleep again because he is tired. He has fought in all the battles. He's taken on all the work. He's taken on everything, and he's asked no one for help. This is somebody. This is you, maybe. At times when you feel like you have to be the center of it all and you have to do it all and no one else can help you and you just hold it in and it pours on you and you have no idea what to do. But notice these two times that he is is in a deep sleep, and he wakes up and he eats. Sleeping and eating refuels the body. And the second time that he wakes up and he eats, he decides he is now refueled enough to carry on his journey for 40 days. 40 days. I remind you that there are 365 days in a year, and somewhere we all burn out about midway. So Elijah only lasted 40 days after he ate and drank the second time around. And what happens in the passages thereafter is simple. He makes it, he takes that journey, and he becomes tired again in those 40 days, and he can no longer go any further. He camps out on the inside of a cave, and he talks to God, and he's telling him how things are just not happening the way that they should. And he's explaining that everybody that's left behind is dead, and people want to kill him as well. And this is what he's saying. And so God asked him, what can I do for you? And he relays the message to God that he's having these troubles and things are going wrong, and he's afraid he's going to die, and he's the last one left. And so therefore comes an earthquake, there comes wind, there comes fire, and still Elijah stays inside of the cave with all the rumbling, with all the chattering going on. Have you felt that in your life, where you know that things are breaking and you decided that you're going to keep doing what you have been doing? And he stays there. And so God comes again and he asks him, what can I do for you? And he gives him the same response. You've been there, where you keep saying yes. And finally, he realizes, God speaks to him and he sends him back, and he says, go do this. Put this person in this place. Make this person this. Give this person this power. And he starts to tell Elijah exactly how to structure things in his life so that he can actually be whole again. He starts to tell him how to structure things in his life so he can be whole again, and build a strategy so that he can actually be full of abundance and be great to his people, and know that he doesn't have to take that burden on all on his own. That's powerful. And I want you to think about your life at this point in time, and how do you keep up the fight? Where are you going to pull it all together? How is it going to work for you? And I want you to think about this thing that's been eating you lately. And I want you to ask yourself, how many things are you taking on that are just overburdening you? And you have failed to ask someone to help. You have failed to find the right people in your life. You have failed to actually just admit that you need help. And because you have failed, it's okay. We all, at some point in times in our life, we hit a crossroad. It's not so much as maybe we failed, but it's just that we just took on too much. We took on more than we could. And so in this moment, what I'm asking for you to do is relate. I'm asking for you to think about these things in your life and relate to them, because I know we all can. And then I want you to ask yourself this, as T.D. Jakes had to wrap up. And he goes into more depth and more details, but I understand that time is limited. Time is of the essence. So I want to squeeze just this principle, this thought out of you. 2 questions. I want you to, number one, get a piece of paper. Write down all the things and people that need you. So if you were gone today, what are all the things and people that need you? And when I started to write my list, it was long. You start to write your list, if you're being honest, it is long. Write down all the people and things that need you. Like if you were gone tomorrow, people and things that need you, that means bills, that means people, that means concerts, that means everything that you're involved in. Write down those people and things that need you. The second, write down the people in your life. The second question, write down the people in your life that feed you. Make a list of people that feed you. And I could only maybe use a hand to do that for myself. And I assume that somewhere, if you're writing everything down and you're being honest with yourself, you can see that these lists are unbalanced and that you've been giving so much. You've been saying yes to everything. You've been saying yes to everybody else. You've been passionate about helping everybody else. But you haven't said yes to the people that feed you, the people that you can ask for help, the people that you can talk to, the people that show up and say, I can take that for you, the people that drive you to be better. Who's feeding you? Because you can only give so much. But who can you turn to in your time of need? Who can you turn to when you feel broken? Who can you turn to when you have yet to feel as if you've done enough? Who has your back? Because if no one has your back and you have no structure and no strategy, no matter how big of a task you have, no matter what goals you're looking to achieve in your life, the ideas, the hopes, the dreams that you have, if there is nobody feeding you, that can be the difference between you making it and not. So that was the message that I received today. And I'm a messenger of TD Jakes, and I want to thank him personally because he touched my life today in a way that I felt more passion, even though I was already passionate, just to get a chance to be here today, every day. But this touched me. This should touch you. And maybe you won't listen to all 18, 20 minutes of this. And maybe I got off a task and rambled a little bit and I started on the scripture and I came back and tried to relate it to you. But you can piece this together. You can understand these things. You can ask yourself, have you taken on too much this year? Is that the reason why you're down? Is that the reason why you're sad? Is that the reason why your anxiety's out the roof? Is that the reason why you're not quite yourself? I believe it is. I believe that we forget that we're on a journey. And if we want to complete the journey, we have to learn how to take care of ourselves. And it's okay to say no. It's okay to not be able to do everything. It's okay to not be involved in everything. It's okay to miss the recital. It's okay to say, no, I can't make it. It's okay to say, no, I don't have the answer. It's okay to say, hey, can you help me? It's okay. This is how you make yourself available. You strengthen yourself. You give yourself the power that you need to carry on this journey. It's not 40 days. It's 365 days that you have to walk, that you have to work, that you have to make sure that in order for you to give back to other people, you have to first find a way to nourish yourself. So maybe someone looks at me and they understand I don't have a lot of friends, but I'm only trying to incorporate people in my life that feed me with positivity, that feed me with mentorship, that feed me with leadership, that feed me with passion, that feed me with dreams, ideals, and goals that can push me to the next level. That's why I do these breakthrough sessions. That's why I am inspired by many TD Jakes, E.T., Les Brown, Jim Rohn. There's Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, and the names go on. So tonight, what you should take away is this: your plate is full. You have to know when to say no, and you have to find someone else that feeds you. Who else is it that knows exactly how overeating or doing something so much so passionate, who else is it that can help you out? Who can feed you? Because right now you're feeding everybody else, and your plate is dry. And it's dry because you haven't filled it. You've let everybody else go ahead. The journey is long. And at some point in time, you have to call it. You could be a better you if you want to. Maybe this will change your life. Maybe you don't read the Bible, but maybe this can touch you in some way. Like, share, comment, subscribe. It might be the best 20 plus minutes of your life. It might be the okay 20 minutes of your life, but I promised you, if you listened to it and you took those two things that I asked you to heart. Who are the people and things that need you in this life? If you were gone today, write down everything. And who are the people that feed you? Which list is longer than the other? And that will tell you if you're unbalanced. If your people in need list is way long and the people that feed you is short, you need to start working on telling people no. You need to start finding those people that can feed you, that can give something back to you, that can make you a better person, that can help you grow, that can find a way to help you manage the things that you're doing, and start setting some structure and placing a strategy in your life to live the best life God intended you to live. It's okay to ask for help. I'm here. If you need me, you can comment, you can reach out. Let me know if I can ever help anybody. I pray that maybe God can be a part of your life at some point in time. It doesn't have to be heavy. You just have to start. What do you have to lose? If you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling stressed, if you're low in, if your anxiety's up out of the roof, if you're feeling overwhelmed, what do you have to lose? And to believe in yourself and to believe in someone who will walk with you through these times of difficulties and share with you the wisdom that comes out of the words that are put in this book that can give you the power and the strength that you need to survive. Keep fighting.